All right, here are our solutions to the extra credit perfect problem. So basically what we're asked to do is derive the quadratic equation. But the way I word it is, okay, we got this equation up here, complete the square on it, and see what you end up with when you solve for x. So it's a little bit hard to do because there's a's, b's, and c's instead of numbers, but if you just treat the a, b, and c just like you would have treated a number, we can do it. So the first step, as I have written up there in the hint, is just throw up your brackets. Don't do anything. Next step, we can only complete the square if our leading coefficient is a 1. It's not, it's an a. So you better factor out an a. If you factor out an a from here, you're just x squared. Factoring out an a from here is a little bit tricky, but maybe now you've done enough of these that you recognize that it's just b over a. And you get to here exactly like what we got on step 2 there. Now our completing the square step, everything that is outside of the brackets we leave outside of the brackets. And in here we're going to have x plus something squared minus something. The something that goes here is half of this number. See, half of b over a is b over 2a. And then we have to subtract this number squared. Well, b over 2a squared is b squared over 2a squared, which is 4a squared. And then plus c equals 0. Okay, now we can distribute this a back in, and we get a times x plus b over 2a squared minus, see, multiply this a in here, and you can cancel it with one of the a's in the denominator, and you're just left with 4a plus c equals 0. It'd be nice to put these together. To do so, we need a common denominator. 4a looks like a good common denominator. So we got a times x plus b over 2a squared minus b squared. See, to get a common denominator of 4a, we'll have to multiply this by 4a over 4a. Or if we want to minus it all, maybe we'll multiply it by negative 4a over negative 4a to get negative 4a on the bottom there. So b squared minus 4 times a times c. So if that minus threw you off, it's because we're subtracting all these things. So think about if you distributed this minus sign through, you get negative b squared and plus 4ac. So there's the negative b squared and the plus c, and we'll get the common denominator. Anyways, that equals 0. From here we're in pretty good shape. You can already kind of see part of the answer in here. Add all this mess to the other side, and you get a times x plus b over 2a squared is equal to b squared minus 4ac all over 4a. Divide both sides by a. You get x plus b over 2a squared equals b squared minus 4ac all over 4 times a, 4a squared. Take the square root of both sides. X plus b over 2a equals plus or minus anytime you take a square root. So we got the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by, instead of the square root of 4a squared, since this is a perfect square, we can just write 2a. So finally, if you subtract b over 2a from both sides, you get x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. Since we have the same denominator, we can put it all over 2a. And this right here is the quadratic equation, which is really just solving a general quadratic equation using completing the square. That's the end.